So, I'm just revisiting the case study that I did at the start of the semester. Um, so it's in this folder. It's gonna go straight onto my website. So it's the first time I'm looking at the things that I did for my case study before I started my main project. So I was focusing on one football team, and I looked at their entire history between 2002 and 2015 February, and it was Arsenal Football Club. Um, so what I did to start with to see what happened is I collected this list from physioroom.com, and it's the entire list all the way to the bottom. So it's basically a long list, and it's just separated by the player name, the injury, and then the date they suffered it. That's all it is. This is the majority of the data that I've done for my main project, where I've just taken this list and I've just separated it completely into categories, which then helped me create my infographics in the body page. But if we just slow down, so what I did with this data is turned it into this. So this is pretty much the platform that I used for my main project. So it was actually really helpful to do a case study first, or else I probably wouldn't have had a really good plan throughout, or a consistent structure for the data that I've made or collected for each year and each season. So this is the first document that I did for the first data in my case study. So it's separated into head, face, shoulder, back, lower body, leg, knee, foot, and so on. The total injuries. So this is the very first sort of data collection that I did, and then I took it into Google Fusion tables to see what would happen. Yeah. So this data, I didn't take this data into Google Fusion tables. I took the list that I showed at the start, before all of that, the list. So it's got the player name, knee, and the date, just to see what would happen. And this is what basically happened. This is the result of all of that data. It gave me one option for visualization, and it's pretty limited. So I'm not sure how it worked out. It's going to be a spider diagram, but yeah, it makes sense that it was really limited because the data was just a list. It wasn't sorted out in any way. So I just wanted to see what happened. So it's done all these kind of, the bigger the circle, the bigger, or the more common the injury. So the hamstring here is probably the biggest one, along with the foot, and it's connecting to all the names. So all the names are the blue circle. But it's very hard to sort of look at how many well, it's hard to look at in a quantitative fashion. So it's very hard to tell if I was to submit this, how the user could view this data without being really confused by all the spider diagrams. What's this? Oh, this is just a screenshot of that data. So I presented this in a case study, as a case study and as a presentation for one of the modules, one of the can't speak today, one of the presentation seminars to show what we've done so far. So this is going to go straight into the website that I'm submitting. So yeah, just to summarize, this was the case study that helped me build my main project.